session, we have students from different Baptist schools competing on this episode of the CHAMPHSQ Quiz 2025. Welcome, everyone. It's 6 p.m. West African time, live in the city of Lagos, Nigeria. And of course, you know, it's Champ O'Clock. Last episode, we saw CMS Grammar School defeating Queen's School Ibadan. Well, a round of applause once again to the CMS boys. You've done well. We also applaud the Queen's School Ibadan. They also did their best. But you know, like in every game, we have a winner and we have a loser. And on today's episode, we have, once again, Olivet Baptist Oyo and Baptist Academy Lagos. Before we move on to the arena, let's take a quick look at their profile.
On the 6th of June, 1859, Babington Macaulay started an initiative with financial support from James Davis, Daniel Taiwo, Moses Johnson, and a few others, opening the door for the many generations in Nigeria. What are you doing for posterity? How do you want to be remembered? CHAMPHSQ Quiz 2025. Our heritage, our legacy.
The higher the building, the deeper the foundation. This is a very important principle that leads to your success in life. Igbobi College has provided me with the principles of honesty, determination, and hard work. And in addition, has provided me with a relationship with a band of brothers over the last 40 years. And the network of which has been extremely invaluable to my success as an architect and an entrepreneur. Say, up I say. What is your foundation?
And of course, you know how we do it on the show. It's important that we hear perspective from our guests to know what they think and think not about the CHAMPHSQ Quiz 2025. We have here with me one of our guests ready to speak to us.
Aladimere Adeshoga. I represent Brainfield Schools International, Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay, are you a teacher or a non-academic staff?
I'm a teacher.
You're a teacher. What subject do you teach?
I teach maths, I teach English,
Oh,
I teach ICT.
you teach maths,
Yeah.
English, and ICT.
Yeah.
3 in 1. I think this is the first time I'm actually seeing
And that's
a
why they
teacher.
call me Pref in the school. It's
Prof.
called Pref. It's not
Okay.
or, it's a Pref.
Okay, that's why we are here at the CHAMPHSQ Quiz. It says it's not prof, it's prep.
Pref, man. Thank
Welcome,
you.
prep.
Yeah, I'm delighted to be here.
We cannot shy away from mathematics and English. History, some people still shy away from it. How do you think we can now make students love these 3 subjects? And then do you think it's also important we make history an important, a compulsory rather subject?
The point is that we should start from the critical look of things. You know, if the government still brings back history to the secondary level of education, is one thing. As long as they remove it from the secondary level education, it won't really come back to limelight.
Okay.
So that's about history.
Okay.
And it's our culture, is what belongs to us. Okay. Even the present government, the government as a subject, they teach. Most people do not really teach the history aspect of government. Government as a subject.
Yes.
Good. So if they are going to, the first thing is that, of course, competition like this, chance, will really bring it back to life.
Yeah.
And so far, I think this is a maiden edition, is that?
Yes, it
Good.
is.
You know, I see the question very, very cheap. I think it's because it's the quarterfinals.
Okay.
Very cheap. Because I'm expecting that if you ask a question in a sentence, this, and this, you now give what part of speech is this, and it will be so tricky. Not these ones that are so cheap. And I said, don't get me wrong. Yeah. I said, I suppose, I presume and assume that it's because it is a maiden edition.
Yeah.
Equally, the mathematics, they are very cheap. I expect questions that will be very, brain tasking, puzzle, things like that. Of course, I know the menace is 5 seconds. Sorry, the duration is 5 seconds. But notwithstanding, there should be a way that would tax the brain. In fact, that's the way to bring it back. And the juices prices, anyway, those are the ways to bring them back.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Well, what seems expensive to one person seems cheap to another. To him, he thinks the questions are very cheap. But when we speak with the students, it seems somehow expensive. In all, we wish them all the best of this round. Thank you.
Name that blessed precious feet in us for our use and was prepared. Blessed Jesus, thou hast brought us diarrhea. Blessed Jesus, thou hast brought us diarrhea. The first sight of the good people, our new school created, where the truth of God and all academic knowledge shall feature nobleness and the rules of Allah made as the motto we echo Christo together by the highways and the through clearly visible to pass us by, breaking molding, preparing for the future. Only that I must do for my school.
And while we all love the beauty of a winning scoreline, today's victory is determined by courage to show up, and not just show up, but being able to show up fast by hitting the buzzer on time. Remember, today's episode, we have Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo, and Baptist Academy, Lagos.
Hello and welcome to CHAMPHSQ Quiz. This is a competition where premier high schools in Nigeria compete against one another to get the coveted prize of a gold trophy and also 1 million naira laboratory refurbishment grant. And the best, biggest bragging right of being the best premier high school in Nigeria. This is CHAMPHSQ Quiz, our heritage, our legacy. Yesterday we had quarterfinals 1. CMS Grammar School, Bariga, Lagos State versus Queen's School, Ibadan, Oyo State went head to head. And coming out there to the semi-finals, CMS Grammar School, Bariga, Lagos State. And today we'll look at the quarterfinals 2 between Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo State, and Baptist Academy, Obanikoro, Lagos State. Let me introduce you to the competition. We have 2 halves in this competition, the introductory round. In this round, there are 60 questions picked out from 6 subject areas: variables, measurements, history, statistics, grammar, and trivial. The students each have buzzers in front of them. The first students to press the buzzer and give me a correct answer get to have 10 points. If you give me an incorrect answer, you get 0 points. Note, you have 5 seconds expiration time. You have to give me your answer within 5 seconds. We have breaks in this half, and during this break, the team coordinator can confer with the students. With that said, let the challenge begin. This is CHAMPHSQ Quiz, our heritage, our legacy.
I was very happy to hear that St. Gregory's College had qualified for the top 8 out of 30 pre-independent schools for this competition. It shows that the hard work which I learned in school is still being imbibed in the school. It reminds me of my 74-79 set, which were still very strong together, plus the international network of St. Gregory's College alumni. It is a fantastic network that helped me throughout 40 years in finance, which culminated in me becoming the Deputy Managing Director of First Bank. It's important, lastly, to always imbibe the values which I learned in school, which I'm sure is still there, of integrity, high morals, discipline, and to always remember that we are ambassadors of a very fantastic brand of St. Gregory's College. Upgrades.
Be different. Make a difference. Champ High School Quiz 2025. Our heritage, our legacy.
Welcome to Smart Challenge 2025, an experience where the application of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in solving daily problems comes to the fore.
And the solutions they proffer should be something that can be commercialized.
Please make some noise for the judges!
Me and my team decided to come together to create a state-of-the-art innovation.
Here is how it works.
The first feature is to just have the front end and the website. We hope to onboard students to use the app.
Your cost might not exactly have been fully computed.
Kudos and congratulations, everyone.
16 teams started the contest. Now we're in for the final 3.
I really want to see the energy tonight.
Today, I'll be introducing to you FemWise, an innovative agri-tech solution.
This solution can still be of use to you.
In short, we are making farming smarter and more far profitable.
Thank you.
I must say that it's given us a bright hope.
How inspired are you listening to young people like yourself speak today?
Overly inspired.
So you're ready ahead.
Keep up with this path. You're all winners.
And the champion for Smart Challenge 2025, Battle of the Best Brains, is Bells University!
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Round 15.798 to the nearest integer. Emmanuel.
16.
Correct. Find the sixth term of the arithmetic sequence 3, 7, 11, 15. Esther.
243, 50, 24.
Incorrect. Daniel.
23.
Correct. Solve for Q if the LCM of 20 and Q is 100. Isaiah.
25.
Correct. If X is the HCM of 56 and 84, what is X? Isaiah.
168.
Incorrect. Daniel.
28.
Correct. So for X, if X is the LCM of 56 and 84, what is X? Isaiah.
168.
Correct. What is the square of 15? Eniola.
225.
Correct. A geometric sequence has a first term of 9 and a common ratio of 3. What is the fourth term? Esther. Correct. Round 763.482 to 2 decimal places. Emmanuel.
763.83.
Incorrect. Isaiah.
763.48.
Correct. Estimates 478 plus 325 to the nearest. Isaiah.
800.
Correct. A rectangle has a length of x plus 3x. Adeoluwa.
10.
Esther.
10x.
My father prioritized the education of his children very greatly. As a result, he ensured that each and every one of us went to the best schools available. I studied at Queen's School Ibadan, where I learned the virtues of hard work, discipline, and community. Riding on the back of these values, I have over the years built a successful career in banking and finance, and today I run my own investment bank.
Be different. Make a difference. Champ High School Quiz 2025. Our heritage, our legacy. These schools were here before Nigeria's independence. Now their best return to compete for Nigeria's finest premier high school. It's CHAMPHSQ Quiz 2025, where math, grammar and history meet fire and brilliance for a chance to win the trophy and a 1 million naira lab upgrade.
What is the cardinality of B? Emmanuel.
16.
7x equals 91. What is
0.5.
X?
We picked them. We know what they can do. We know what they are capable of. We know their strengths and we know their weakness.
Famous noble things fall apart.
6x minus 16 equals to 20. They collect like terms. 6x equals to 20 plus 16. 6x is 36. X is
It's every Saturday and Sunday at 6 p.m. starting July 5th, 2025 on theSTEMafrica Magic Family, channel 154 and YouTube at theSTEMafrica. Be different. Make a difference. CHAMPHSQ Quiz 2025. Our heritage, our legacy.
Hi, let me tell you about my secondary school. I attended St. Anthony's College in Delta State. 3 things that I took away from that school is the concept of emerging and creating. The other thing is something to me that is very important, the presence or the consciousness of God. You could call it facade or whatever, but really, God really reigns in the affairs of life. I also attended Federal School of Arts and Science, Victoria Island in Lagos, where I did my A-levels. Our principal action man, we called him at the time, he encouraged us to dress the way we wanted to be addressed. And that continues to be my guiding principle, even as I navigate as an adult now.
Be different. Make a difference. CHAMPHSQ Quiz 2025. Our heritage, our legacy.
Find the area of a triangle with side 7 centimeters, 24 centimeters, and a 90-degree angle. Isaiah.
83.
Incorrect. 84 centimeters square. The area of the square is 1.44 meters square. Emmanuel.
1.2.
Correct. The area of a square is 81 centimeters square. Emmanuel.
9.
Correct. A polygon with 7 sides is called what?
Hexagon.
Correct. A quadrilateral with all sides equal and opposite angles equal. Esther.
Square.
Square. Incorrect. Daniel.
Rectangle.
Incorrect. Rhombus. A triangle has sides 9 centimeters, 12 centimeters, and 15 centimeters. What type of triangle is classified as? Esther.
Scaling.
Incorrect. Emmanuel.
Isosceles.
Incorrect. Right triangle. Find A intersection B if A is equal to 2, 4, 6 and B is equal to 4, 6, 8. Emmanuel.
4, 6.
Correct. If $1,000 is borrowed at 5% interest for 2 years, what is the total repayment? If $1,000 is borrowed at 5% interest for 2 years, what is the total repayment? The answer is $1,100. A sum of 500 naira is shared in the ratio 1 to 4. How much is the smaller share? A sum of 500 naira is shared in the ratio 1 to 4. How much is the smaller share? 100 naira. A man borrows 100,000 naira at 10% interest for 2 years. How much will he repay? Emmanuel.
$158,000.
Incorrect. 120,000 naira. A man spends 30% of $15,000 on food. How much is spent? Adeolua.
15K. 15,000.
Correct. What is 25% of $600? Isaiah.
125.
Incorrect. Emmanuel.
300.
Incorrect. $150. A man saves 10,000 naira monthly for 2 years. How much does he save? Daniel.
So that 240,000.
Correct. A 25 meter by 10 meter garden is fenced at 400 naira per meter. What is the cost of fencing it? A 25 meter by 10 meters garden is fenced at 400 naira per meter. What is the cost of fencing it? 28,000 naira. How many lines of symmetry does a kite have? Emmanuel?
4.
Incorrect. Isaiah?
2.
1.
Yeah?
What is the sum of the interior angles of a decagon?
Decagon.
Emmanuel?
1,800.
Incorrect. 1,440 degrees. The area of a square with a side length of 10 centimeters is? Isaiah?
100.
Correct. A regular pentagon has an interior angle of how many degrees? A regular pentagon has an interior angle of how many degrees? Isaiah?
102.
Incorrect. Emmanuel?
104.
Incorrect. 108 degrees. What is the hypotenuse of a right triangle with legs 8 centimeters and 6 centimeters?
10. 10 centimeters.
Calculate the number of sides in a polygon if each exterior angle is 30 degrees. Calculate the number of sides in a polygon if each exterior angle is 30 degrees. 12 sides. How many degrees are in each angle of a regular hexagon? Esther?
6.
No.
Incorrect. 120 degrees. Find the volume of a cube with a side length of 5 centimeters. Emmanuel?
125 centimeter cube.
Correct.
No.
I was very happy to hear that St. Gregory's College had qualified for the top 8 out of 30 pre-independent schools for this competition. It shows that the hard work which I learned in school is still being imbibed in the school. It reminds me of my 74-79 set, which were still very strong together, plus the international network of St. Gregory's College alumni. It is a fantastic network that has helped me throughout 40 years in finance, which culminated in me becoming the Deputy Managing Director of First Bank. It's important, lastly, to always imbibe the values which I learned in school, which I'm sure is still there, of integrity, high morals, discipline, and to always remember that we are ambassadors of a very fantastic brand of St. Gregory's College. Upgrades.
Be different. Make a difference. Champ High School Quiz 2025. Our heritage, our legacy. 16 top universities. 48 outstanding STEM undergraduates. 60 esteemed mentors and judges, all for one reason: to change our society using technology.
For tonight.
156.
44. This is University Duel 2025 Battle of the Best Brains.
Guests looking like a 10 over 10 plus 10 minus 9 as we take you through the search of the best STEM university champion on University Duel 2025 Championship.
See, let's how it goes. How they get to battle it out.
200% ready to face this team.
Master machine can produce it.
It's about what you say about yourself and not what people say about you, right?
In how many ways can 3 items be chosen from a set of 8?
Intelligence is not a gender.
Nations called Portsmouth.
For women, female are highly encouraged to be on the anticipation. We can get back to participation as the students try to avoid precipitation.
Please to be quick on the uptake.
3 fishes in 3. Pearson is to 1.
Stellar performance from Olabisi Onabanjo University.
The name embodies who you are.
Who is a Goliath? Your Goliath to prevail today.
Yes.
The company's daily profit.
4,999,080. An alumni of the Great Ife, rooting for Veritas.
Radiation is what?
Such a day find people around you that will spoil you.
An area that can be enclosed.
225.
2 elements can be 105. 1. Archimedes.
Here, Covenant University against Veritas University.
Third place match done and dusted.
I'm ready to take over from you right now.
0.216. Can 3 people be arranged?
Covenant University, and we just won the finals of each university.
It's University Duel 2025 Championship.
Battle of the Best Brains.
Hi, let me tell you about my secondary school. I attended St. Anthony's College in Delta State. 3 things that I took away from that school is the concept of emerging and creating. The other thing is something to me that is very important, the presence or the consciousness of God. You could call it facade or whatever, but really, God really reigns in the affairs of life. I also attended Federal School of Arts and Science, Victoria Island in Lagos, where I did my A-levels. Our principal action man, we called him at the time, he encouraged us to dress the way we wanted to be addressed. And that continues to be my guiding principle even as I navigate as an adult now.
Be different. Make a difference. CHAMP High School Quiz 2025. Our heritage, our legacy.
Find the interior angle of a regular decagon. Find the interior angle of a regular decagon. 144 degrees.
Oh, it's 40 degrees.
In a triangle, the hypotenuse is 17 centimeter and one side is 8 centimeter. Find the other side.
6 centimeters.
In a triangle, the hypotenuse is 17 centimeter and one side is 8 centimeter. Find the other side, 15 centimeters. What is the central angle of a semicircle? What is the central angle, Isaiah?
180.
Correct. What is the slope of a line parallel to y equals -2x plus 5? Adeoluwa.
-2. -2.
Correct. Find the height of a building if the angle of elevation is 45 degrees and distance is 20 meters. Find the height of a building if the angle of elevation is 45 degrees and distance is 20 meters. 20 meters.
Yeah.
Identify the preposition in the sentence below. The train will arrive at 7 p.m. Emmanuel.
At.
Correct. Identify the verb in the sentence below. The dog barked loudly at the stranger. Esther.
Back.
Correct. The least populated state in Nigeria is. The least populated state in Nigeria is. Emmanuel.
Zamfara.
Incorrect. Esther.
Abia.
Abia. Incorrect. Bayelsa. What is the base form of was? What is the base form of was? Esther.
Is.
Incorrect. Emmanuel.
Where?
Incorrect. B. The state known as the food basket of the nation is. The state known as the food Adeoluwa.
Benue. Benue.
Correct. Which Nigerian artist won a Grammy Award in 2021? Which Nigerian artist, Adeoluwa?
Burna Boy.
Correct.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I just wrote an examination. This competition is getting tougher by the day, but the students are actually proving their brilliance. Welcome, sir, and good evening.
All right, good evening.
How do you think that English relevance seems relevant to the students beyond competitions like this?
No, English is everywhere, but you should know that English connects the world.
English connects the world. What subject do you teach, sir?
I teach English.
Oh, wow. Oh, no problem.
Yeah, everybody speaks, not everybody, but English is everywhere. Even those that are not speaking it, they want to speak it. So that's why I mentioned that English connects the world.
And it is also argued that science students do not love English and art students do not love mathematics. What's your take on that?
I think that is just a misconception. But I think to me it's ironic because even the science students, they still need the English.
Yes,
they
I
don't
agree.
Speak science language. They still use the English to relate the science that they prefer in a way. But when you refer to what we have in the art students, it's their field, so they have to do more when it comes to English. But English is everywhere. And I believe that whatever it is, either you're in science or you are in art, you should be able to really run around English because it is what it is.
Thank you so much. So give us your line of thought as regards the competition so far.
Yeah, the competition has been very wonderful, amazing studio anyway. And I think the first episode, the questions on English were somehow very narrowed in a way. What I observed, I think it was just on question tag and some others. But the second episode, I think there was improvement on that. I think questions were selected from different topics in English, and I think that's a very good one.
So what do you think we should do better?
I think going forward, we should maybe incorporate what we have in synonyms and antonyms.
Okay.
And as well, we should have a bit of what we have in Concord, which is subject-verb agreement.
Okay.
That is very, very important when it comes to English at this level, secondary school level.
I'm sure the organizers are taking note, and everybody involved in setting these questions, they are also taking note for the next edition of the Champ High School quiz. Thank you so much,
All right,
sir.
thank you. You are most welcome. Thank you for having me.
Which Nigerian city is known as the City of Freedom? Esther.
Adamawa.
Incorrect. Calabar. Identify the sentence structure, simple, compound, or complex. She likes Esther.
Calm down, doctor. Let me see question. Simple.
Incorrect, Emmanuel.
Compound.
Incorrect. Complex. Change the verb to a noun, they contributed to the project. Change the verb to a noun, they contributed Esther.
Contribution.
Correct. Which Nigerian state is home to the Cross River National Park? Which Nigerian state is home to the Cross River, Emmanuel?
Rivers.
Incorrect. Esther.
Cross River.
Correct. Which Nigerian artist is from the Adeleke's family? Which Esther?
Davido.
Correct. Which of the following is a play written by Wole Soyinka? 1. Death and the Kings of Osman. A Man of the People. The Lion and the Jewel.
The Lion and the Jewel.
Adeoluwa.
The Lion and the Jewel.
Incorrect. Esther.
Death and the King's Oxmen.
Correct. Convert the verb to a noun. She decided to travel. Convert Isaiah.
Fusion.
Correct. Identify the type of clause in the sentence below. Because she was tired, she went to bed early. Identify the type of clause in the sentence below. Esther.
Adverbial clause.
Incorrect. Daniel.
Because noun clause.
Incorrect. Dependent clause. The process where fertile land becomes desert, typically due to drought and deforestation, is what?
Desertification.
Esther.
Desertification.
Oh no. Provide the nominalized form of the verb used in this sentence. We discuss the matter at length. Emmanuel.
Discussion.
Correct. Insert the correct tag. She sings beautifully. Insert the correct tag. She sings beautifully. Eniola.
Does she?
Incorrect.
Doesn't.
Daniel.
Doesn't she?
Correct. What is the antonym of static in physics? What is the antonym of static in physics? Esther.
Motion.
Incorrect. Emmanuel.
Elastic.
Incorrect. Dynamic. Fill in the blank with the correct preposition. We have been waiting dash an hour. Fill in the blank. Esther.
For an hour.
Correct. What is the antonym of indigenous when discussing origin? What is the antonym of Daniel?
Foreign.
Correct. Complete the tag. They had already left. Complete the tag. They had already left. Daniel.
Haven't they?
Correct. Had the tag. He has finished his homework. Esther.
Hasn't he?
Correct. What is the present perfect tense of learn? What is the present perfect tense of learn? Emmanuel.
Learns.
Incorrect. Isaiah.
Lend.
Have or has learned. For the first round, quarterfinals 2 between Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo State, and the Baptist Academy of Obanikoro, Lagos. 165 points to Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo State, and 165 points to Baptist Academy of Obanikoro, Lagos State.
My father prioritized the education of his children very greatly. As a result, he ensured that each and every one of us went to the best schools available. I studied at Queen's School Ibadan, where I learned the virtues of hard work, discipline, and community. Riding on the back of these values, I have over the years built a successful career in banking and finance, and today I run my own investment bank.
Be different. Make a difference. Champ High School Quiz 2025. Our heritage, our legacy.
The higher the building, the deeper the foundation. This is a very important principle that leads to your success in life. Igbobi College has provided me with the principles of honesty, determination, and hard work. And in addition, has provided me with a relationship with a band of brothers over the last 40 years. And the network of which has been extremely invaluable to my success as an architect and an entrepreneur. Say, up I say. What is your foundation?
These schools were here before Nigeria's independence. Now their best return to compete for Nigeria's finest premier high school. It's Champ High School Quiz 2025, where math, grammar and history meet fire and brilliance for a chance to win the trophy and a 1 million naira lab upgrade.
What is the cardinality of B? Emmanuel.
16.
7x equals 91. What?
0.5.
We picked them. We know what they can do. We know what they are capable of. We know their strengths and we know their weakness.
Famous noble things fall apart.
6x minus 16 equals to 20. You collect like terms. 6x equals to 20 plus 16. 6x is 36. X is
It's every Saturday and Sunday at 6 p.m. starting July 5th, 2025 on theSTEMafrica Magic Family, channel 154 and YouTube at theSTEMafrica. Be different. Make a difference. Champ High School Quiz 2025. Our heritage, our legacy.
Esther, please, take me on board. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. They cannot beat us. I just believe that. I'll beat us. I believe that. So, yeah.
Okay, so for the next camera, we're going to pick history, grammar. Yes, let's pick. We don't know who we're going to pick. It's either us and then cover. Let's say we'll play around to the time we get for.
It's the war. That's what. Turn around to war. I don't believe I can do this. We don't get from this. No challenge, right? Cannot have us. We are positive.
Use negative.
We're actually negative.
How do we watch? Positive again. Positive, negative, positive. It's negative.
Welcome back. This is still Champ High School Quiz. Quiz for premier high schools in Nigeria. High schools that were created, established and founded before independence. They come against one another for a coveted crown, a gold trophy, and 1 million naira laboratory refurbishment grant, and bragging right to become the best premier high school in Nigeria. This is Champ High School Quiz, our heritage, our legacy. The introductory round has been concluded and both teams have 165 points. And right now we move over to the specialty round. In this round, you have 6 categories. Each category has 5 questions. These questions have graduated value points, meaning the first question has 10 points, the second 15, the third 20, the fourth 25, and the fifth 30 points. You cannot confer after pressing the buzzer. The only time you can confer is before you press the buzzer. With that said, let's Champ High School Quiz quarterfinal 2 between Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo State, and Baptist Academy, Obanikoro, Lagos State begin. Olivet Baptist High School, pick a category.
Trivia.
Trivia. Which Nigerian state has Uyo as its capital? Which Nigerian state? Esther.
Anambra.
No. Incorrect. Akwa Ibom. Olivet, pick a category.
Variables.
Variables. This is for 10 points. What is the value of P if the LCM of 15 and P is 60? What is the value of P if the LCM of 15 and P is 60? Isaiah?
30.
Incorrect. 20. Olivet Baptist High School. Pick a category.
Variables.
Variables for 15 points. A train covers 240 kilometers in 3 hours. Find its speed. A train covers 240 kilometers in 3 hours. Find its speed. Esther?
80 kilometers per hour. Sorry.
Correct. Olivet Baptist High School. Pick a category.
Grammar.
Grammar for 10 points. Complete the sentence with the correct question tag. She is studying. Complete. Isaiah.
Isn't it? Isn't she? Isn't she? Oh.
Olivet, pick a category.
Variables.
Variables. What is the smaller share if a sum of $250,000 is shared in the ratio 3:2? What is the smaller share if a sum of $250,000 is shared in the ratio 3:2? Emmanuel?
50,000.
Incorrect. $100,000.
100.
Baptist Academy, pick a category.
History.
History for 10 points. The Independent National Electoral Commission was established in. The Independent National Electoral Commission was established in what year?
Leave it. If you don't leave it. Leave it. If you don't leave it.
1998. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
Variables.
Variables for 25 points. A man invests $50,000 at 8% simple interest per annum. Find his interest after 3 years. A man invests $50,000 at 8% simple interest per annum. Find his interest after 3 years.
Calm down. 28. 20,000.
$12,000. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
History.
History for 15 points. Nigeria's fourth democracy returned in which year? Nigeria's fourth democracy returned in which year? Nigeria's fourth democracy returned in which year? 1999. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
Grammar.
Grammar for 15 points. What is the past tense of ride? What is the past tense of ride? Esther?
Road.
Yeah, I would be forward.
Correct. Olivet Baptist?
Grammar.
Grammar. What is the comparative form of strong in grammar? What is the comparative, Esther?
Stronger.
Correct. Olivet, pick a category.
Grammar.
Grammar for 25 points. Choose the interjection in this sentence. Wow, that was amazing. Choose the Enyola.
Wow.
Correct. Olivet, pick a category. Variables for 30 points. If 4 pencils cost 60 naira, what is the cost of 10 pencils? If 4 pencils cost 60 naira, what is the cost of 10 pencils? Daniel?
150.
Correct. Baptist Academy?
Grammar.
Grammar for 30 points. And that is the last question in grammar. Identify the verb in this sentence. She writes poems in her free time. Emmanuel?
Writes.
Correct. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
Statistics.
Statistics for 10 points. Find the angle of rotation for a regular hexagon in rotational symmetry. Find the angle of rotation for a regular hexagon in rotational symmetry. 60 degrees. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
History.
History. The constitution currently in use in Nigeria is the Dash Constitution. The Constitution, Daniel?
1999 Constitution.
Correct. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
History.
History for 25 points. Who ruled Nigeria from 1993 to 1998? Who ruled Nigeria from 1993? Adeoluwa.
General Sonia Abacha.
Correct. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
History.
History for 30 points, and that is the last question in history. And Nigeria is located in which continent? Adeoluwa.
Africa.
Correct. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
Trivial.
Trivial for 15 points. Which Nigerian state has Oka as its capital? Which Nigerian state has Oka as its capital? Emmanuel.
Akwa Ibom.
Incorrect. Anambra. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
Trivial.
Trivial for 20 points. Which of these states is in the southeast geopolitical zone? Anambra, Kogi, Ekiti. Daniel.
Anambra.
Correct. Pick a category. Baptist Academy.
Trivia.
Trivia for 25 points. Which Nigerian state has Makurdi as its capital? Which Nigerian state? Esther.
Yobe.
Incorrect. Benue State. Olivet Baptist, pick a category.
Trivia.
Trivia for 30 points. What is the meaning of the title Jagaban of Bogu? What is the meaning of the title Jagaban? Emmanuel.
King.
Incorrect. Chief warrior of Bogu. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
Statistics.
Statistics for 15 points. In an equilateral triangle, what is the measure of each angle? Emmanuel.
60 degrees.
Correct. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
Statistics.
Statistics for 20 points. What is the angle between two lines that intersect at a right angle? What is the Daniel?
90.
Correct. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
Statistics.
Statistics for 25 points. What is the degree measure of a right angle? What is the degree measure of a right angle, Isaiah?
90 degrees.
Correct. Olivet Baptist High, pick a category. Statistics for 30 points. The difference between the largest and smallest value of a data set is called Emmanuel.
Range.
Correct. Baptist Academy, pick a category.
Measurements.
Measurement is the only category left. For 10 points. Perimeter of a rhombus is 52 centimeter. Find its side length. The perimeter of a rhombus is 52 centimeter. Find its side length. Adeoluwa.
8.
Incorrect. 13 centimeters. For 15 points. What is the area of a circle with a diameter of 14 centimeters? What is the area of a circle with a diameter of 14 centimeters, Daniel?
154.
Correct. For 20 points. The sum of opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral is Esther.
180 degrees.
Correct. For 25 points. A prism has a cross-sectional area of 20 centimeters square and a height of 15 centimeters. Find its volume. A prism has a cross-sectional area of 20 centimeters square. Emmanuel.
300.
Correct. The last question is for 30 points. Think carefully before you press the buzzer. If a square has an area of 81 centimeters square, find its perimeter. Isaiah.
36.
36.
Correct. And that is a wrap on the specialty round on these quarterfinal two between Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo State, and Baptist Academy, Obanikoro, Lagos State. It has been done and dusted. 2 rounds, introductory round and specialty round. Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo State, after 2 rounds, has an accumulated points of 260 points. Why the school moving on to the semi-finals of CHAMPHSQ quiz is Baptist Academy with 350 points. Congratulations to Baptist Academy and well done Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo State. It was a great battle, a great fight. Right now, Baptist will be joining CMS Grammar School, Bariga, Lagos State in semi-finals. It has been a great time with you today on CHAMPHSQ quiz quarterfinals 2 between Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo State, and Baptist Academy of Obanikoro, Lagos State. Good night and have a wonderful, wonderful night rest.
Wow, the time was indeed hard. The contestants, they showed up and really showed off. They've done their best. But then, as we always say, there is always a winner and a loser. We say a very big thank you to the contestants representing Olivet Baptist High School as they take a bow on today's episode. And a very big congratulations to Baptist Academy. Let's speak to some of the students to hear from them. What's your name?
I'm Oluwale Esther.
Representing
Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo State.
How do you feel?
I feel very bad, but to be sincere, I feel really, really bad.
Well, I don't think you should feel bad. Representing your school amongst the total number of students in your school shows that you are already a champion. Having 3 people come up stage to come and contest is no small feat. You've done well, we appreciate you, and well done. But a question in particular, was there any moments in the course of the competition that you felt maybe you should have done better?
There were lots of questions that, if not for the fact that they were buzzers, and it was because it's the first person to buzz that will answer the question. There are questions that we know the answers for, but because we didn't buzz first.
So time factor also affected you?
Yes, ma'am.
The time was not enough for you to make your planning calculations and then get to a final conclusion?
Yes, ma'am.
But you've done so well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. The students have spoken now. Let's hear from the teacher representing Olivet Baptist High School. Hello, good evening, sir. Your name, sir?
I am Taiwo Ayode.
A teacher?
A teacher at Olivet Baptist High School.
What subject do you teach?
Computer studies.
How do you feel with this round?
I don't even know how to say it because I'm not happy. But it's a game.
Yeah, so it's a game. That's actually the conclusion of the whole matter. It's a game, and at the end of the day, one person must give way for the other. But you've done well. Of all the schools in existence before Nigeria gained independence, we have 8 historic schools represented here. So for you to make it amongst the 8, it shows that you are also a champion. So you've done so well. What would you say about some of the questions and subjects in the course of the competition?
I think everything is fair.
Everything is fair.
I'm not seeing anything that is probably outrageous or probably they could not hold themselves. Just because of some of the factors she has highlighted the other night that could probably affect the whole situation.
All right, thank you so much. So he believes that everything was fairly judged. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Thank you.
And now it's time to speak to the champions of this particular episode. Let's have a student from Baptist Academy, Obanikoro, Lagos, speak to us. Hello, how are you?
Hi, ma.
What's your name?
Odumosu Emmanuel.
Odumosu Emmanuel. What class are you in?
SS2.
SS2. Are you prefect?
No, I've not chosen our prefect yet.
Okay, so tell us about the competition. Which of the subject was most interesting for you and most challenging?
The history was most challenging.
Most challenging? Okay.
But the maths and the English were perfect.
Were perfect?
Yes.
Okay, so why do you think history was challenging for you?
Summarizing dates and years, a little bit of a problem.
Summarizing dates and years was indeed a problem, but then you were able to summarize all the calculations, the formulas and all. Is it because you do not love history?
I'm not really a history fan. I'm not even taking it as a subject. I'm a science student.
Okay, so if history was a compulsory subject, do you think you would excel in it?
I would excel. Because I love learning about the past and everything that our country has been to. In order to know way forward.
So should we speak to the school authorities to make history a compulsory subject? Why?
It's okay, man.
It's okay. All right, thank you so much for your time. How do you feel?
I feel great and good that we're moving to the semi-finals, but I can only give thanks and everything to God because He's the one that has brought us through here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. And now to one of the groomers of these students. Yes, to hear from him. I'm sure he's elated, he's excited. It's not an easy feat qualifying into the semi-finals. Welcome, sir, and good evening.
Good evening and thank you, ma.
What's your name?
Dadala Raj is my name.
How do you feel?
I feel good, happy that my students have qualified to the next round.
To the next round. Okay, in the course of the competition, what would you say you observed?
Well, at a point, I noticed that the students had confidence in themselves, they have high self-esteem, and to God be glory.
High self-esteem, very, very important in any given situation in life. As regards the subject, which would you say was more challenging for them, or one where you expected more from them?
Wow, the history. I expected more for the history.
Okay.
It was challenging for them anyway.
Okay.
As they have said here, and I wanted them, when I tried to interview them, I was going on. They said the history, but I thank God that they tried their best.
So you expected more from them, but then it became a challenge for them. So how do you now bridge this gap even after the competition?
After the competition, they are my students, by God's grace, I'm doing them more and more.
Okay.
Better.
Thank you so much, sir. Congratulations once again. We'll see you at the semi-finals. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much.
If that session didn't make you sit up, then I don't know what will. That was such an electrifying moment. The students have done their bits, and we really, really applaud them for all that they've done in the course of these episodes. Kudos to the qualifiers for the semi-finals, Baptist Academy, Obanikoro, Lagos. Well done to you guys. You've done well, and we celebrate you. Of course, catch us next week, Saturday, 19th of July, 2025, live on DSTV channel 154 and YouTube at theSTEMafrica. Do not forget to also follow us on all our social media handles at theSTEMafrica. Until next week, remember, the value of a man depends on what he gives and not what he receives. And this is from Albert Einstein.